Hello, and a very, very good evening. Whose are those legs? Where's that ship from? Hello, nice to see you. Now, the reason we've got a ship with 500 on it is because tonight we're celebrating our 500th show with Planet Cruise. That's amazing. Yes, this is our 500th show. My name's Sean Ryan, by the way. I was there at the very beginning of Planet Cruise. And tonight, to celebrate, we've got the most amazing offers. We've actually got 3 cruises for under £500, and we've got 3 more cruises with £500 off. Now, I'm joined by a great friend of mine, somebody that you might have spoken to on the phone lines when booking a cruise. The one and only Glenn Wallace is with me. Nice to see you, matey.
Thank you for inviting me to the party.
Yeah, well, of course.
We've got the drinks, we've got the bubbly.
Yeah, I see it's like being on a cruise ship. We've got loads of cake, we've got loads of booze.
Lovely, just what we need.
Yes. Now, I cannot believe the deals tonight, because we've got 3 cruises under £500, haven't we?
3 deals under £500.
And these are proper cruises, aren't they?
Proper cruises, yeah. They're full
cruises.
7-day cruises, and then we've got 3 cruises that have got £500 or more off as well. So 2 completely different sort of prospects on there, and it's going to be a good show.
It's going to be a very busy show. Glenn will not be taking your calls tonight because he's here with us.
I'm good, but I'm not that good.
But the whole team are there on that free phone number. We do expect very, very busy lines. Now,
500.
Yeah. Now, we're going to show you a clip of film. I've not actually seen it, but you have.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
So what's on it? Warn me. Go on.
It's showing you the first deal that you ever did on the HMS Victory.
Hey, I'm not that old.
And yeah, it's just showing a few of the presenters, a few past and present faces as well, and it's a little walk down memory lane.
Okay, so you're going to. I daren't even watch this, but it's going to show you what I would look like on the very first show. So let's rewind and have a look at some of the presenters that have joined you on the Planet Cruise show over the years. Well, can I just say a very, very good evening to you. I'm so excited. The amazing cruise holiday show with Planet Cruise.
I've been joined by Keith. Nice to meet you, Keith.
He was the entertainment director. He's a funny man.
Nice to see you, John.
Nice to see you. But stop laughing. Just as with, I've had a stressful day.
Something special coming up. Oh.
To start planning a holiday of a lifetime.
And Ruth, love to see you back on the sofa.
Thank you, it's lovely to be back.
This handsome young man, Luke, is going to be telling us all about Carnival. We have got Paul Sharp with us right now from Avalon Waterway.
So we spent the evening together. I shouldn't say that. We were in a nice venue in the evening.
We've got Jessica with us again. Jessica, lovely to see you.
Mark Swords.
Hello.
It's nice to see you, Mark.
Nice to meet you. This is what Christmas is like in the Caribbean.
This is Chris. He's one of the many, many gentlemen that you'll speak to. Nice to see you again,
Nice to see you again.
Obviously, you work full-time for Planet.
Yeah.
And you spent years in the cruise industry, didn't you?
I did 10 years in the end.
I can't watch anymore. I look terrible on that first
You haven't
one.
changed a bit. And can I just say, Keith Maynard's hair has not moved in 5 years, 500 shows.
I'd say we've had such a great time. We really, really have. And you know, the fun's going to continue for many more years to come. Hey, actually, I forgot to mention, we have got a prize draw tonight as well, haven't we?
We have, yes, as well. So again, we're inviting our watchers today to write in up to 500 words maximum on why they love the show so much.
Can we just say, it just can be a sentence if you want.
It can be a sentence, it can be a paragraph, or if you really want to write us War and Peace up to 500 words, send it in to us, and then next week, myself and you will be here for the show.
We will.
And we're going to do a prize draw giveaway, and we have something very special to give away.
So one lucky winner will win a limited edition of P&O champagne flutes. These are the ones that were actually on the launch of the Britannia, weren't they?
When the Queen launched the ship back in April last year, there was only a limited amount of these. We have 2 of these to give away, and as I said, we'll be doing the draw next week.
And you can email, by the way, entries to hello@planetcruise.co.uk. Don't do 500 words unless you want to. You know, sentence would be fine, honestly. Anyway, should we start off with our first deal under? Oh, it's well under. Hang on, this is well under £500.
This got launched a couple of days ago, okay, to us, and when it came through, the whole office went, "We're booking on this," because I think for a 7-day cruise, this is probably the cheapest we've ever had
Yeah,
a 7-day
agree.
cruise for. And this one's going to be on the MSC Preziosa, which is a great ship on there. MSC, very, very popular. And the good thing with this one, it's sailing from Southampton. Normally with MSC, they're normally based out in Italy, so you've got to fly out there and have all the hassle with that. This is great. It's sailing out of Southampton, and also what we do recommend as well is maybe doing the one-night pre-stay in the Meon the night before as well.
And we can arrange that for you from £89 per person per night. But anyway, you saw him a few moments ago in that little clip of film. Here he is, Keith Maynard, on board with, of course, MSC.
The Aponte family has been navigating the oceans for over 300 years and in 1970 formed the Mediterranean Shipping Company, or MSC. In 1988, MSC Cruises was born, and with their European pedigree, these ships are built not only to impress, but also to embrace true multi-generational cruising. Welcome to the Dolce Vita, the good life. MSC Cruises is very family focused and actually one of the few cruise companies who regularly offer big discounts on child fares. With exclusive partnerships with iconic brands like Lego and Kiko, from the moment the children step on board, they're going to be made to feel special. Split into 5 age groups, dedicated and trained staff offer hundreds of different children's activities, including fun-time dinners, discos, karaoke and much, much more. There's also an aquapark, a 4D cinema and access to the latest in gaming. If you've ever been to the Mediterranean, you'll know that food plays a very important role in everyday life. And with MSC Cruises, it's no different. Specially trained chefs produce freshly cooked food from around the world and cater for all dietary requirements, with a buffet open 20 hours a day, 7-course a la carte dinners, and a unique partnership with Italy's best-loved restaurant chain, Italy. Mealtimes with MSC will be the highlight of your cruise. With themed deck parties where you're encouraged to dress up, talent shows, dancing competitions and fun and interactive game shows. There's no shortage of choice with MSC Cruises. Each ship also boasts a full-scale West End style theatre with over 80 original shows to watch, which feature dancers, acrobats and artists from all over the world. From luxurious and spacious suites with memory foam mattresses to cleverly designed super family cabins that sleep up to 6 people. MSC Cruises offer plenty of choice, and whatever you choose, you're guaranteed stylish designer decor, flat screen TVs, super powerful showers and enough space to stretch out and relax.
That's what we're doing right now. Cheers.
There you go. Cheers, mate. There you go.
Now, I've yet to cruise with MSC, but a great friend of mine, Hayley, who's also presented the show.
That's right, yeah.
She recently came back from an MSC cruise, had a great time. And to get one from Southampton is really exceptional. You get a lot more bits on board, I've thought.
Exactly, as I said, when, the ships are normally docking out of Italy, so of course the clientele is much more European. When it goes out of Southampton, most of the clientele on there will be British. And again, they want to try MSC, they've heard about it. But for £399 for an inside cabin for a week's cruising, I mean, the value of that is exceptional. The ships are very, very good as well. Food is good on there, the service is good as well. And this is also very good for first-time cruisers.
That's
Maybe they don't want to break the bank on their first ever cruise, but I tell you, go away for a couple for £800.
Well, Glenn does take your calls, virtually every single week. He knows this is going to be a top seller. Let's show you where you're going to be cruising from. So Southampton, which means you can pack as much luggage as you like.
It can. You can stock up on your luggage there. And again, straight into the port of call of Zeebrugge. Now, I was actually there last week. We did a mini cruise last week on P&O, and we were in Zeebrugge. Now, this one I really recommend going into Bruges itself. Very simple to do. The cruise ship will obviously offer tours. If not, we took the train into Bruges. It took about half an hour, and then we spent the afternoon just walking around all the cobbled streets, the beautiful river there. They've got the swans on there, and you've got all your chocolates and all your Belgian beers.
It's honestly,
it's a beautiful place.
It is just nice to wander around and say, have a few beers, a few chocolates.
Exactly. and then again, moving on to the famous Amsterdam, again, synonymous for many different reasons in Amsterdam. If you've never been there before, I definitely recommend a trip. Great canals dissecting through the middle of Amsterdam. You've got a trip going out to Keukenhof to see the tulips. You can go to Anne Frank Museum, or you can just go down into the red light district, walk around there, have some beers, see what all the fuss is about in Amsterdam. The good thing as well, you've got an overnight as well. So you've got the full time to spend as much time as you want. And again,
do you know, I've never been.
You've never been?
No. I'm really tempted with this cruise, seriously.
It's really, really good. Then on from there, we're going into Hamburg. Again, another very, very popular destination with the British cruise ships. And again, you've got a chance to go to the Reeperbahn, going into the Maritime Museum. But it is stunning, Hamburg, as well. And again, if you haven't been there before, nice opportunity. Even if you don't do a tour, just walk around and just take your time and have a look around Hamburg itself. From there, after 3 ports of call, we're going to have a relaxing day at sea. So this is a nice opportunity, and we like the sea days on the ships as well, just to relax, take in the facilities there, see, maybe go and have a massage in the spa, or go and get your hair done, or just sitting in the bars. Now, also with this one as well, Sean, is the drinks packages with MSC are one of the best value. They're normally £22 per person per day, which for cruise ships is very, very good. So again, I recommend taking out the Allegrissimo drinks package.
I would. I'd always do that.
Always do the
now,
drinks
a chance
package.
to see, of course, Paris. We're looking here from the port of Le Havre.
You can go into Le Havre here. You can obviously go into Paris. This is a full-day excursion. Quite a journey into Paris, but if you want to see the Eiffel Tower, the Notre Dame, the Champs-Élysées, you can do that. You can also go the other way into the Normandy and D-Day beaches. That will do an alternative tour as well. Again, Le Havre is okay, nice to walk around, but I would recommend maybe taking one of the tours in there.
You know, I know it's awful to say, but sometimes I do stay on the ship if it's somewhere I've been, or, you know, I'll just have to wander around. You know, you've got so much choice. Back to Southampton, of course, and say tonight this is an exclusive offer with prices under £400. We should say actually the prices, as we mentioned, under £400, but that's across all the dates, and we'll show that in a second. These are new, reduced, exclusive prices with limited availability, and we are going to emphasise we would definitely book tonight if you can to avoid disappointment. And as Glenn mentioned earlier, we've got a great relationship with the Mearn Valley Marriott in Southampton. So, you know, rather than rushing down on the day, worried that you might get stuck in traffic, if you go to the Marriott the night before, you can just relax, you know, enjoy yourself, and you've got free parking and port transfers as well from £89 per person. And prices go, they're actually the same on all the dates, aren't they?
They are the same on all the dates. So we've got it leading on there on the 4th of October, but also you're going into September there, which is a lovely time of year.
I was going to say, the last few years, September has been amazing weather.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're kind of getting the late summer.
And the other thing, I don't know if this is a selling point or not, but I know already quite a few of the staff from Planet Cruise have already booked on there, so you could actually be cruising with us. I don't know if that's a selling point or not, but anyway, you could be because the deal is so good.
You might be cruising with me on that one as well. I really fancy like trying, say, MSC, and that is just a great try me price, isn't it? Don't forget, it's a free phone number, 0808 250 2662, and the contact centre open until 10:30 tonight.
10:30 tonight, the guys are in there, yeah.
But all the cruises tonight, you've either got a price of under £500 or you've got £500 off the price. And our next cruise has £500 off, and it's from Princess Cruises, and it is absolutely stunning. It's on board the Diamond Princess. Just before we give you the details, Glenn, I cruised with Princess for the first time last year, and I thought,
how did you find them?
Amazing.
Yeah, very, very good. They're very, very popular, and what they have done with their ships is they've got quite a number of ships within the fleet. They're all very, very similar. So if you've been on one Princess, they're very similar throughout the whole fleet. But again, service is exceptional on there. They've got the huge reception area there and the main atrium, which is stunning. And again, this is a lovely itinerary going over to the Far East on this one.
What I loved about them, that there was an air of sophistication and elegance, but they weren't stuffy in any way.
No, they're not. They're very relaxed, but you have, when you do it, it's very opulent when you walk on there, and you do feel that you are on a cruise ship. You know, with some of the brands that we sell are more like fun destinations. This is still a cruise ship, so if you want that experience, Princess.
Honestly, I will definitely cruise again with Princess. Anyway, this is a really exciting one as well, because it starts off with a flight to Tokyo, and we're there for 2 nights. Never been to Tokyo. Let's have a little look.
Okay.
You've been to Tokyo,
I have been to Tokyo. I was fortunate enough to go on when I did a world cruise a couple of years ago, we did the overland tour through Japan. And again, I've always wanted to visit Japan, and it is a phenomenal place to go and see. But with Tokyo, we spent a couple of days there, and great things to go and see. We saw the geisha girls. We went and had the way the Japanese cook their food, the different types of food they have there as well. And of course, the other thing they did have there is they've got a thing called the Tokyo Tower, which is very similar to the Eiffel Tower. And again, you have the opportunity to go up there and take in some amazing views. Again, the food in Tokyo is exceptional, and when you're in the centre, in the hub of the city, it is absolutely manic, and that's what Tokyo is famous for.
And I'll be honest, I personally probably wouldn't choose to spend a week there.
No.
But 2 nights is perfect.
2 nights is fine. And again, this is one of our tailor-made packages. So if you feel you want slightly longer, we can just move the flights back a couple of days, and you can have 3, 4, 5 days in Tokyo, so whatever you want to do.
Then you've got that option. And we do get, as well as staying there for 2 nights in a hand-picked hotel, you've got the choice of cultural tours as well.
Exactly. So we've got a couple of different tours there as well, which I recommend doing on the first day. It gives you like an overview of Tokyo, and then from there you can go on and explore yourself.
So you've had your little stay in Tokyo, but then we embarked the Diamond Princess for 22 nights. And here's John to tell you more.
Princess Cruises first set sail in 1965 with a single ship cruising to Mexico. Today, the line has grown to become the 3rd largest cruise line in the world. Princess is known for being a bit of an industry innovator, because over the years they've introduced so many new features and experiences on board their ships that have been so popular Other cruise lines are now copying them. Among them are affordable balconies on many of the ship's outside cabins, as well as 24-hour dining, and a choice of dining venues and flexible dining times. Princess ships also debuted features such as movies under the stars and the Sanctuary adults-only Oasis. In the fitness centre, you'll find all the latest equipment, plus a range of classes including cycling, Pilates, yoga, stretch, and abs. But if chilling out and being pampered is more your thing, then you might want to head up here, to the tranquil environment of the Lotus Spa. With a menu of dozens of calming and rejuvenating treatments, the Lotus Spa is guaranteed to be one of the highlights of your cruise. Throughout the day on your Princess cruise, the chefs are busy preparing your next memorable meal. All bread, cakes and pastries are baked 3 times a day. All sauces are prepared by hand. Speciality restaurants include Sabatini's, Princess's signature Italian restaurant. The Crown Grill offers a variety of premium beef and seafood dishes. But tonight's formal night and I've decided to eat in the main restaurant. As I'm booked on anytime dining, I can just turn up and eat at whatever time I like. Princess are known for their dynamic and exciting production shows, with some of the largest casts at sea. All shows are produced in-house and feature lively music and stunning choreography, as well as shows you can enjoy a night of stand-up comedy, a game show, a sing-song in the piano bar, a romantic dance, or just a quiet night with friends in a lounge bar. Something completely different. How about a movie under the stars? It's a signature feature of all Princess ships, and it's a great way to end the day.
Well, beautiful ships there with, of course, Princess. Now, this is a trip of a lifetime, so sit back, enjoy, and we'll let Glenn talk you through. So, we're on board.
On the board, watching a movie
relaxed.
under the stars as you sail out of Tokyo on there, so having a couple of days there. Then we're going on to a place called Shimizu, which is in Japan as well. It's in the eastern part of Japan. Again, not a very well-known area here, but again, a great opportunity to go and explore. You've got the Tokai Millennium Forest on there, you've got the Municipal Zoo, you've got various temples to go and see. So it's a nice introduction into the Japan way of life. Then, after obviously being very busy for a couple of days, there's quite a lot of sea days involved in this, obviously travelling from one destination to another. So that's where, again, you get a chance to experience the ship, and you've got 3 days at sea. Then from there, you're going into the very, very famous and popular destination of Hong Kong as well. The sail into Hong Kong harbour is stunning, so make sure you're out on deck nice and early. And again, you have the opportunity to see the junk boats going through Hong Kong, and then you reach this mecca of skyscrapers, and it is like a futuristic city.
I was there last year, and it is fascinating.
It is, but you've also got the old and the new, haven't you, as well?
Yes,
so when you actually get down into ground level and walk around, you've got the market stalls there. You can go to Disneyland, Ocean Park, you can go to the Poling Monastery. Shopping is amazing there as well. So you've got that opportunity, and of course another thing to do is see the light show in the evening. That's something a little bit special.
Now, a day at sea, and then we're making our way over to Vietnam, the Trang Festival. I love Vietnam.
Vietnam is becoming so popular, and the good thing with Vietnam as well, it's still so cheap when you're there as well.
It
when
is.
You're doing all your haggling and bartering. You've got the beaches there in Nha Trang, which is famous for its beaches. A bit of scuba diving or snorkeling. You've got the cable car there as well, but you've still got the old fishing villages, the temples, so you've got that opportunity to go and do whatever you want to do on there. And then from there, we're going to make our way down the coastline, down to Ho Chi Minh City, obviously one of the most famous destinations there. You can go into the Notre Dame Square, you can go to the Kai Dai Temple, which again is very, very popular as well. And again, from there, they'll also, if you go out on one of the tours, talk about the war, the Vietnam War, which of course is still very fresh in the minds. And again, very sombre, but very interesting to go and see with the Cu Chi tunnels, a chance to experience that as well. Another day at sea, and then again into another beautiful, beautiful city, one of the great cities of the world, into Singapore.
Yeah, I liked Singapore.
And again, it's all condensed into one small area. Now, the Marina Bay Sands Hotel was opened a couple of years ago, and that's becoming one of the focal points there with the hotel, and you've got the infinity pool on the top there. You've also got the futuristic rainforest, which you can walk around. I've done that myself. You've got the Merlion as well. And then again, if you just take one of the river cruises in the evening as well, you've got this amazing skyline that takes in the whole of Singapore. The cleanest city in the
I
world.
was just going to say that.
Cleanest city in the world.
Honestly, every single plant, you know, in the street looks like it's just been groomed.
If you drop chewing gum, it's a $20,000 fine, so don't drop chewing gum.
I didn't take any.
It's that expensive. And also, when you're going out and having something to drink in there, it's quite expensive to eat and drink, but it is a beautiful, beautiful
Honestly,
city.
it's immaculate.
And one thing to do there is either go to Singapore Zoo in the evening or go into the raffles.
I went to Singapore Zoo during the day and it was still really good.
Still very, very good.
Now, a few days at sea and then we're over to Bali.
Then on to one of my personal favourites. I was there 4 or 5 times a couple of years ago on my final cruise when we sailed around Australia and Indonesia. And again, Bali is a beautiful, beautiful island. Again, famous for a number of different things. You can do the elephant trek in there. You can go into Kuta, which is a very, very popular destination. Very, very lively. A lot of the Australians head there. Or go out to some of the beaches, up to Ubud. That's where the artisans are, a little bit more pottery and local cuisine there as well. Of course, you can go into the monkey forest. I went there. One of the monkeys jumped out of the tree onto my head. I ran a mile. But it's a beautiful, beautiful place to go to and one of my favourite.
Then a couple of days at sea, then over to Darwin.
Now, I'm again fortunate enough to be to Darwin. Darwin is a place in
You're
Australia.
showing off now.
I am. Darwin is a place that not many people have been to. They actually reckon with the wildlife and animal life there, it's one of the most dangerous in the world with the spiders and the snakes. And again, you have the opportunity to go and see these, which is very, very interesting. The other thing I really suggest you do there is go and do what's called the jumping crocodiles. And this is where you go out on a boat, they put the rods out with the meat, and they watch the crocodiles come along, and the crocodiles will jump out of the water and grab the meat. Watch out for Brutus. He's one of the largest crocodiles in the world, and you'll get a chance to feed him. So be careful of Brutus.
Now, you've got several days at sea because we're making our way over to Sydney. You actually disembark in Sydney, but you get 2 nights there, don't you?
Yeah, Sydney still, I would say, is the greatest sailing in the world. You've got the Opera House on the left-hand side. You'll see the bridge in front of you. And again, when you're in Sydney, we've given you a 2-day stay here. I can't stress it long enough. If you've got this opportunity to go down to this part of the world, extend your stay in Sydney. Day 1, do the Opera House. We've got a tour included on that one. Second day, go out on the Blue Mountains excursion. You can pay for that. That takes you out, going out to the Blue Mountains. Third day, take the boat trip over to Manly, walk across the bridge, go and see the koalas, or go and relax on Bondi Beach. It is one of the greatest cities in the world.
And you do get the Opera House tour.
You do get the Opera House tour in there, but again, also take advantage of the Blue Mountain tour as well if you can.
I'll tell you what, £500 off tonight to celebrate our 500th show here with Planet Cruise. So it is an amazing deal. I think you'll agree. When you look at what's included, £500 off tonight, of course. You get the 2-night stays in the 4-star hotels in Tokyo and Sydney, the tours included, return flights from London, all your overseas transfers, and you know, if you don't live near London, we can also look at regional flights.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, we can do that with most of the
but
offers,
definitely with these Manchester, Birmingham, we can do for even Newcastle as well.
Oh, really?
And Glasgow, yeah.
Brilliant. I would definitely give us a call for that one tonight. I think that's amazing. I really do. Anyway, from a big cruise to a nice week cruise now.
A smaller cruise.
Yeah, smaller cruise with Pinot. Again, we've got lots of offers tonight with cruises under £500. This one is just $489, and it's on board the Ventura. So, another man that travels a lot on cruise ships is our Keith Maynard. He has a hard life. Here he is to tell you more.
Fresh from her multi-million-pound refit, P&O's Ventura was launched in April 2008 by Helen Mirren. She marked an exciting new direction for P&O Cruises and is a large, beautiful, contemporary and family-friendly ship with bags of character and a more informal onboard vibe that's making her a firm favourite with many passengers. One thing is for sure, you certainly won't go thirsty. With its emphasis on catering for today's British tastes, Ventura hosts numerous watering holes, from the visually stunning panoramic video wall of the metropolis through to a traditional pub, the Exchange. But this is my absolute hands-down favourite, Ollie Smith's new Glass House wine bar. It's a relaxed and stylish setting with tasty food available and also these wonderful flights where you can try lots of different new wines. With club or freedom dining on offer and a 24-hour buffet, you have real flexibility and you really can make the cruise fit your schedule. The recent refit also saw Atul Couture's Asian-inspired restaurant East added to Ventura's culinary arsenal. And when you do go, make sure you try the 24-hour slow-cooked lamb rendang. With 4 pools, a massive sports deck, special celebrity sailings, a new behind-the-scenes backstage tour, the biggest gym and spa in the fleet. There is loads to do on board Ventura other than just relax with a good book and top up your tan. But it's in the evening that this ship really comes alive. Vibrant West End style shows with exciting UK guest acts played twice nightly in the Arena Theatre. Then there's the excellent light entertainment, which takes place in both the Havana Show Lounge and also the Tamarind Club. But what I like most is this stunning new atrium with this wonderful dance floor. The accommodation is bright, spacious and full of designer touches. There are big suites that can cater for up to a family of 6, through to these new single cabins that are a great cost-effective option for solo travellers like myself.
Keith's engaged now, by the way. I'm sure you know that. Yeah. Single days are gone.
Never thought that would happen.
No, we didn't. P&O, great British company, though, with a fantastic history.
Still really, really popular. And again, so, you know, when they're sailing out of Southampton, they cater for the British market. You know, normally British cruise directors, British entertainment. It's geared towards the British market.
Yeah, British comedians.
Exactly, yeah. And as I said, for first-time cruisers, this is probably the most popular.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's hop on board, because we're cruising out of Southampton. It's nice and easy. Honestly, it doesn't get easier than that. First day's at sea, and then it's Vigo, isn't it?
Yeah, then down to Vigo. We're going down the coastline there. And again, as I said, nice having a relaxing day at sea. Vigo's great, even if you just go off there, go into Vigo. Great seafood restaurants there, very, very popular. You'll see a lot of the crew out there in the small restaurants, which are beautiful, and then go into the seafood restaurants there and have a glass of wine. From there, we're going into Lisbon. Lisbon is a fantastic sailing. Make sure you're up on the back deck early in the morning. As you sail into Lisbon, you go under the 25th of April bridge there. You've got the Christ the Redeemer statue as well, past the Belgium Tower as well. And it's a beautiful, beautiful area. When you're in Lisbon, go into the main square, have a walk around the old buildings, go up in the glass elevator. But Lisbon is a great place to see. From there, we're going into Leixos, which is the gateway into Porto. Again, another one of the very, very pleasant Portuguese cities. And again, a lot of the river cruises are going along here now, along the Douro. Again, as you make your way along the Douro, you've got amazing views all the sides there. Quite hilly, so make sure you've got good walking shoes on. But if you like a glass of port, that's the best place to do that in Leixos. Day at sea from there, and then once you go there and you're into Cherbourg. Again, Cherbourg is very famous now for their sea aquarium and museum, which is very, very popular as well. Great old gîtes and chateaux there as well on the sailing into Cherbourg. And again, famous for its maritime history, of course. It was one of the final destinations before the Titanic set sail.
And then, of course, back to Southampton. It's a real nice, cheeky little cruise out of that price.
It is, and again,
lovely.
if you want to get away on the 2nd of April, you know, starting to move into the summer season, this is a great little price as well.
Well, if you have just joined us, yes, we are celebrating our 500th show. So this is an exclusive offer under £500 on tonight's show. Oh, gosh, forgot to mention the binoculars.
Oh, they get binoculars as well?
Yeah, well, the first 5 bookings tonight, if you're really quick and give us a call right now, you will get a free giveaway, which is a pair of P&O binoculars. I forgot to mention that. Single specials, if you are single, or if you're travelling, sometimes me and my partner will take my mum with us and things like that. We've got a brilliant single price for just $789 on that one. And don't forget, if you are cruising out of Southampton, maybe you live, you know, in the north, like I used to do, in Scotland, and you think, oh, it's a long drive down on the day. Just spend the night before in the Meon Valley Marriott. They really look after Planet Cruise customers, and prices start at just £89 per person. That does include parking for the week and all of your port transfers as well. And only a deposit needed tonight. Now, and don't forget our prize draw as well. If you'd like to put pen to paper, tell us in under 500 words, it can be 10 words, 20 words, why you love Planet Cruise
Why
TV.
they love Planet Cruise, though. We don't want a full critique.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Just a nice,
just
couple of paragraphs.
Yeah, that'd be fine. A few nice sentences. And email the entries to hello@planetcruise.co.uk. But those champagne flutes are really collectible, aren't they?
They are very collectible, yeah.
Now, let's just remind you of the details of our next cruise, actually. God, just looking at this one, this is amazing, isn't it?
This is a nice one.
Oh, wow. Do you know, this is really good, isn't it? I'll tell you, should we have a look?
Have a look at
Yeah, because Celebrity are always hugely popular on the show.
Celebrity, we're the top agent for Celebrity as well. And again, me and you were on Celebrity Eclipse.
We were, yes.
So we are experts. You've got the Lawn Club there, which is exceptional and unique, obviously, to Celebrity Cruises. I would still say that out of the big brands that we have, for a 5-star cruise line, for one of the big, the people that book Celebrity Cruises, and I booked Terry and a family on yesterday, one of my clients, and they've never been on a Celebrity cruise. They've been on all the others, and I said, once you go on Celebrity, I reckon you'll go back time and time again.
I've just
service and everything is great.
So I've booked my 6th cruise with Celebrity now, and I can also say, I mean, you know, we've done as many cruises as I think I've done 22 now. You know, it's easy to get a bit picky.
How much do they pay you?
Can I just say, some of them have been mini cruises. Don't get me in trouble. No, I've been very lucky, but honestly, I've never ever had a cruise with celebrity which has been nothing less than perfect.
Yeah, and again, they've just rolled out all the new shows on there as well. You've got
they're really good at that.
Yeah, and they just take it to the next level. And as I said, they are 5-star cruising, big size cruise ships. And again, if you're going down into Australia, New Zealand, this is an exceptional opportunity to do this.
And we always get brilliant prices. We remember £500 off tonight to celebrate our 500th show. So anyway, this starts off with our flight over to Sydney, doesn't it?
And again, this is included in the price. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Don't do 2 days in Sydney. Do 3 or 4 days. You're going to the other side of the world. You've got a chance to go and experience Sydney. I've talked about it already. Extend it to 3 or 4 days. That's all I can say about that one.
But the price does include 2 nights there, doesn't it?
2 nights is included.
In a
but
hotel,
you can extend it for
hotel.
probably another £60 or £70 per person per night. Add on an extra couple of nights. Then from there we embark the ship, and obviously from there we go on to the Solstice, which is a beautiful ship, and you've got a nice sea day to relax. Then you're going into the competitor for Sydney as Melbourne, a bit like Manchester and London, Melbourne and Sydney. They always argue who's the greatest city. I've been around Melbourne a couple of times, famous for its sporting. They're really into their sport down in Melbourne. And I would say Sydney's a little bit more like a business area, a bit like London. And Melbourne is more like Manchester. It's a bit more quirky, rooftop bars, great areas.
Which is your favourite, Glenn, don't you say?
I like both. They both serve cold beer. It's brilliant. But when you're walking around Melbourne, a great city to go and see. Again, go and see the cricket ground. You can walk along the river. I was actually fortunate enough to go there a couple of years for the Melbourne Cup, which is the horse race they have there as well, where the whole city comes to a standstill. But Melbourne is beautiful. Then a day's sea, and then we're going down off Australia, down to Tasmania. Again, this is the island and Hobart. Now, Hobart is like stepping back into Little England, and one thing I would recommend you do here is take the trip over to Port Arthur. Port Arthur is the old penal camp. It's the prison that they had there, and again, very, very interesting. Unfortunately, it was the setting of where the massacre was in Australia a few years ago. So you've got the old there, and you've also got the modern history there, but a great place to go and walk around. Then another couple of days at sea as we make our way over to New Zealand. Now, I've cruised around the world 10 years at sea. My best ever cruise was to New Zealand.
Really?
I can't say how good it was. Milford, Doubtford and Dusky Sound are the fjords going in at the start of New Zealand. And again, it's nice and calm there. Beautiful. Get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Make sure your cameras are charged, your video cameras. And on a dusky morning, it is exceptional.
That's when I'm normally going to bed on a cruise ship.
Well, that's it. We just go straight from the club. It's easy. No problems there at all. Then we're going on to Dunedin. Dunedin is your first port of call as you do the circumnavigate there. Now, Dunedin was beautiful because with that one, you actually, I would do what's called the Tieri Gorge train. The train actually comes along the quayside and you actually walk down the gangway straight onto the train and it takes you off along the coastline. To me, the South Island is more picturesque than the North Island, and again, through Tieri Gorge is beautiful. Moving on to Akaroa, which is the next destination. Again, normally a tender port on this one, and you've got the opportunity here to not just go and see the dolphins in one of the pens, you get to swim with the wild dolphins, which is something, if you've never done before, is brilliant. Then we go on to Wellington. Now, Wellington is famous for the cable car. They've got the observatory, Mount Kalkoa, beautiful views there as well. Or if you're into films and you're a film buff, this is where Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit was filmed as well. And they do Lord of the Rings and Hobbit tours. So you've got opportunity to go to some of the film sets. Then you go on to Bay of Islands, again, great at the top of New Zealand there. On the North Island, you've got the Rainbow Falls. You can go scuba, snorkeling, or if you're feeling very, very brave, they also do the skydiving as well. And again, make sure that's booked. That's one of you doing it. Moving on, no problem.
Do you know,
I've done it once.
Yeah.
Do it once, never do it again. On to Tauranga. Tauranga is going right into the Maori destinations here, and you go to Waitapu, which is the geothermal reserves there, and again, very interesting to go and see that. Beautiful different colours there. It smells, it's the sulphur smell there, but it's the geothermal reserves, and that's what that area is famous for.
You really do get to see the best of New Zealand.
And then again, you finish in Auckland. Again, Auckland, so you've seen it, well, you've seen the whole of New Zealand, everywhere you need to go and see. And again, with this one, you've got a couple of days stay there as well. If you wanted to, you can actually extend that and have 3-4 days as well, so it's worth doing that one.
But you do get, say, two nights here in a 4-star hotel.
You do.
I think you'll agree, for the price on the screen, you get to see and do so much. And you know, with this being a celebrity cruise, it is 5-star modern luxury at the absolute best.
It is. And as I said to you before, you know, Sydney is a highlight for most people. They tick it off their bucket list. That's what they want to see. But again, New Zealand, as I said to you before,
Yeah.
I'm only giving my honest opinion, was the best cruise I've ever done.
Wow. And then, of course, after your 2 nights in the 4-star hotel in Auckland, your flight back home. So let's just remind you of everything that's included. Actually, I think that is so good. I really do.
£2,700. And then remember, you think what your flights are, the cruise, you'll see in Australia, New Zealand.
Now, very important, Celebrity are doing some offers at the moment where you get a free classic drinks package with this when booking an ocean view and above, and it's really worth getting that ocean view so you get to see all of the beautiful countries.
Yeah.
A free upgrade from ocean view to balcony when booking the 7th of November departure date as well. Return flights from London, and don't forget you get the 2-night stays in the 4-star hotels in Auckland and Sydney with the tours included. Should mention, by the way, the itineraries differ depending on departure date, so the 7th of November sailing is the same, but it just operates.
Yeah, you fly to Auckland first and finish in Sydney.
Yeah. I wouldn't care, would you? I'd be happy either way. Right, the drinks package. I know this inside out. I really do.
Know every drink, didn't you?
Well, I mean, jokes apart, it's a brilliant drinks package. It's the classic drinks package. You will get that if you book an ocean view and above. But it isn't just about the alcohol. I love my coffees, many of you will know. You get all your specialty teas and coffees, bottled water. You know, I'll often take a bottle of water off with me when I'm going off for the day and things like that. All of your non-alcoholic cocktails. Then selected beers, spirits and wines, and they're really good.
Can I just say on that well as well, the clients, if you're watching the current rate of exchange rates at the moment, this package is becoming more and more valuable.
Yeah,
with the exchange
that's
rate,
so
it's
true.
$65 per person per day. That's now nearly £52.
Wow, so you really want this.
So if you can include it into your ocean view or above, you're going to save yourself a lot of money.
So definitely worth upgrading. And then all of your extras there if you go for the classic drinks package. Now you might want to upgrade to concierge class as well. We have got those available for you. You get things like priority check-in. You get made and especially seating time preferences as well with your dining. So lots of extras if you do go for concierge. Let's just share the prices with you, because these are really good. And we did mention that if you go for the ocean view or above, you will get the classic drinks package. And actually, for the extra that you're paying, it is so worth that, isn't it?
It is worth it, and to be quite honest, Sean, if you're paying for this sort of package, it's worth doing.
Yeah,
you know, you're
it
going
is.
down to Australia, New Zealand, it might be the only time you ever go there. You
You
don't
want
be
it to
worrying
be
about
perfect.
drinks. Have a drink and have some light coming in your window.
And even looking at the balcony, if you actually go for the 7th of November, there's no extra
Free upgrade.
Yeah, no extra price to get the balcony.
Exactly.
That's the date I'd personally go for, the 7th of November there. Anyway, if you'd like to book that one tonight, 0808 250 2662. Great show, isn't it?
It's all right, isn't it? It's not bad.
And £500 off. I'll tell you what, if you were in the call centre tonight, you'd be really busy, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I might shoot off in a minute.
Now, our next cruise is another one for under £500, and it's with Costa Cruises on board the Costa Mediterranea.
Exactly, yeah, and Costa is another popular brand. Again, very good on price. The ships are beautiful, but again, they are focused more on the European brands, so a lot more Italians, Spanish, Germans, a mixed nationality, whereas obviously P&O is more to the English or British taste. So you have to just bear that in mind. But again, this one, look at the price. You've got flights going out to Barcelona, and the destinations are going for less than £500 on this one.
Really good. A bit slow on your drink tonight, Clement.
I know,
What's wrong with you?
someone's got to drive.
Oh, of course you do, yeah.
Someone's got to drive back. I've got to be in the office tomorrow morning selling these.
I'm fine. So anyway, it starts off with a flight from London Gatwick to Barcelona, doesn't it?
It is, yeah. So we can do regional flights out, depending if the flights are going into Barcelona or not. And again, with this one, if you wanted to, you can even extend this for a couple of more days in Barcelona at the start of the cruise if you wanted to. Then from there, you're going down into Marseille, heading down into the south of France. I was there on my cruise this year. Great place to walk around the harbour. You don't need to do a tour there, really. Walk around the beautiful harbour area there. Unfortunately, I was there the morning after the England played Russia the night before, so that was interesting. But it's going to be a lot nicer when you're there, I promise you. Then from there, we're going down into the Italian destination of Savona. They've actually got their own Sistine Chapel there as well. You can walk around the cathedral, small beaches as well. So a nice destination, and as I said, a nice opportunity to see some beautiful destinations in Italy. Then into Naples, one of the great destinations of Europe. The only only problem you've got here is what to do. You've got Capri, you've got Vesuvius, you've got Pompeii, you've got Herculaneum, loads of different things to do there in Naples. Naples itself is absolutely manic with traffic, so I recommend doing one of the tours, and we did the Pompeii tour. We took Brooke and Helen out there, and they loved it, which was really, really good. From there, we're going into Palermo in Sicily. This is where the mafia originated, and again, you've got the chance there of behaviour. You don't annoy the locals here, because anything could happen. Great food markets, great for seafood as well, small beaches as well, and some beautiful architecture to walk around, so that's a lovely destination. And then on from there, one place I've only been to once, we stopped there on a cruise a couple of years ago, into Valletta in Malta. And again, with this one, I wouldn't even recommend doing a tour on this one. I would just walk out into the walled city there. It's absolutely stunning, and the other good thing with Valletta and Malta, it's so cheap to eat and drink out there as well. So I'd wander around, go into the cathedral, look at some of the beautiful buildings there, and then take your partner out for lunch, because the price
it's a great place, isn't it?
It's as I said, value for money there is exceptional. And then a day at sea at the end, just to chill out before heading back into Barcelona. And as I said, you can do an extended stay at the start or the end of Barcelona, depending on your dates.
I'll tell you what, let's just look at the ship, because we've not seen her yet. And as you said, Costa, they really have the most beautiful ships, don't
Very
they?
elegant, as I said, very that European flair as well. And as you can see there,
look at
the
this.
ship is beautiful.
I mean, and honestly, if you've never done a cruise, I know we get many viewers watching every week that have never done a cruise. In fact, I met one lady, and she'd watched the show for 7 years and finally booked one.
Exactly. Yeah. That's not a very good endorsement, is it?
Well, actually, listen. Once she'd done one cruise, she was actually hooked, but it took her 7 years.
But I think as well, Sean, I think people look at some of these other big cruises that we do, £2,000 or £3,000. We've got cruises there for £500, so they're affordable, you know.
And you know, all your food's included and everything, don't forget. So it is an exclusive offer under £500 for tonight's 500th show, of course. We've got a great single special on this one, so single prices start at just $699. Flights based on London Gatwick, again, we could find you other regional flights, and a deposit only on selected departure dates. So that single price is very
good as well. Yeah, and it's good that the singles have got a good deal on there as well.
So prices start on this one at $499, and got to say, even the outside and the balcony, really good, really good.
Yeah, very, very good.
And the single price, as I mentioned, starting at $699. Right. Sorry.
I should have ordered the orange juice. I should have stayed up here for the night.
You should have.
This is it. Next time.
I'll let you know, when we were filming on the Eclipse the other week, you had a few drinks at 9 in the morning, didn't you?
We were in a restaurant filming. They poured the wine, and then it kept going down.
Yeah. And that was 9 in the morning.
The rest of the show, I don't remember filming the rest of it. That's how I think it went so smooth.
You're actually quite good considering, yeah. But anyway, our final cruise tonight, I tell you what, seriously, myself and Hayley and her partner Sean and my other half, we're all looking at this next one seriously as a group, because it's with Viking, but this is not a river cruise, this is the ocean cruise.
Viking are the largest river cruise company in the world, and every time you turn on a programme on ITV, it's always advertised, isn't it? You know, every time on that one. So Viking a couple of years decided, because I mean, they don't do things by half with Viking. When they introduce ships, they don't introduce one, they introduce a fleet of them. And they've decided to go into ocean cruising now. And again, they followed from their river cruise and they've taken it to the next level. These ships are absolutely stunning, they're elegant, and again, they're not big ships, so they're not having 3,000 or 4,000 on there. But the way they've designed the ships is absolutely beautiful.
I mean, seriously, this is luxury at its absolute best. I mean, look at this.
We were talking about it before, and please don't get me wrong. If you want to go to the Caribbean, there are cheaper cruises,
of course,
than this one. Okay, but it's like buying a Fiesta or a Mercedes. You're buying quality here. You are buying top-end quality here. And as I said, the service with Viking is always exceptional. As I said, they've gone in. I think they've got 2 ships now, or this is the 2nd ship, and you'll just see by the pictures.
I mean, look.
It's stunning, absolutely stunning, and it's geared, I think, more towards couples, you know, sort of maybe people that have just retired, 40 to 60, 65, that sort of age group.
So I'm right in there.
You're right in there, yeah, no problem. But again, all balconies, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
And we should say, although, you know, as Glenn mentioned...
Look at the infinity pool on the back.
Oh, I mean... And Glenn mentioned, yes, you will find a cheaper cruise around the Caribbean, but you've got to bear in mind, this one is with Viking, it's for veranda stateroom, you're going to get... It's all inclusive.
All inclusive,
so you've got a great drinks package, and you get all your excursions and gratuities. So choice of excursions, I should say.
Yeah, so again, it will have certain excursions in every port of call. Then if you want to upgrade on there, you're obviously free to do that.
So everything really is included. You even get free airport parking, and you get £500 off tonight. Now, here's a clip of him, just give you a taster of the kind of experience you'll get in terms of destination.
Now, again, I worked... I mean, you've cruised the Caribbean, I've worked out there as well, and these are some of the most popular destinations in the Caribbean. And as I said, they give you a real difference. So you've got some of the French islands, you've got some of the Dutch islands as well, with places like St Martin. You've got the popular destinations of Barbados and Antigua, which are absolutely stunning. If you want to hit the beaches, you can do that. If you want to go and swim with the dolphins, you can do that. If you want helicopters, or if you want to go into some of the old dockyards like in Antigua, you have the opportunity.
It is pretty hard to find, you know, things that you don't like about these ports. I mean, they're stunning, aren't they? And you always come back. I always come back feeling so good.
Sean, I did 8 years there, and I became so blasé. Oh, we're in Antigua. Oh, I'll stay on the ship today. And then I was chatting with my new wife, and I'm trying to convince her to go over to the Caribbean next year. And it's just with the babies. It's a long old, but I miss the Caribbean now, and I just love the different islands. I love sitting on the beach and doing things like that. It's great.
It's actually my favourite destination. It really is.
Yeah, it still is as well. And as I said, they are so geared for the cruise ships now. But this is a nice itinerary. And I tell you what, if you look at the itinerary on here, the ship is stunning, but you're not going to see that much of it because you're in port every single day. So you've got so many different islands to see here.
But the lovely thing is, with any cruise, you know, it's your choice. You can wander off for just a couple of hours. You can spend the whole day in a port or not get off at all. You know.
And again, a lot of people in the Caribbean, they tend to walk off the ship, go off with some people they've met, jump in a taxi, and they'll go and see the main highlights and go and sit on the beach for a few hours with a couple of rum punches.
That's what I normally do.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, I'll be honest, I normally don't get off early on. I'll kind of get off midday. I'll have a leisurely time in the morning on the ship and then get off when it's a bit quieter.
Yeah, you're free to do whatever you want to do, but it is a nice destination. And then again, a lot of the cruise ships now are going into San Juan now. So again, we have the airlines going directly in there. So you're going to go straight into San Juan and join the ship. Okay, so you're going to have an overnight on board there anyway, so you've got first opportunity to sort of take in the ship as well. And as I said, this is becoming a very popular departure port now as an alternative for places like Barbados and some of the other destinations. But again, a great opportunity to walk around. You've got the San Juan, the old town there as well. It's past the fortress, through the winding streets there as well. And it's just a nice opportunity to feel that you are in the Caribbean and your cruise is about to start. Then you go down into Tortola, famous for Cane Garden Bay, which is a very, very popular destination. And again, when we used to dock there, around the corner for where the ship's docked, you can actually go and swim with the dolphins. You go and see Juan Carlos and his team down there, so you can go to Dolphin Discovery. They've also got the Virgin Gorda, which is, I can't tell you how beautiful that place is. And they've also got the open-sided taxis and buses, so everything's open-sided, so good
nice,
opportunity to go and see things as well. Over to Antigua. Again, a lot to choose from here. I recommend something like the catamaran trips that go out. You do a full tour. They reckon they've got 365 beaches.
I was just going to say
a beach for every day of the year. Oprah Winfrey's got a place over there. Eric Clapton's got a place. They also do the ribs. The ribs go, you know, the rib speedboats go all the way around. You can go into St John's. This is obviously the famous dockyard area as well. So you're getting a bit of British history if you don't just want to go to the beaches all the time. But again, Antigua is still one of the most popular destinations in the Caribbean. On from there, you go to St Lucia. St Lucia with the pitons. Now, again, the pitons are the most famous things. You can see that in the picture there. There are 2 pitons, actually. And again, I still think the best way is to go onto a catamaran, go into Marigot Bay, so you have an opportunity to go there on the catamaran, and then it will sail up to the pitons you can see there and have a swim, bit of snorkeling. If not, you can go over to Castries, which is where you're docking there, or Sofri. Sofri is the mountainous area, the volcanic area, and you can go to the sulphur baths there if you wanted to. So again, Antigua, St Lucia, 2 of the most popular destinations, and then moving on to another one which is probably the most popular destination in the Caribbean is Barbados. Now again, over the next couple of months, people will be opening up their OK and Hello magazines, and you'll see all the rich and famous, they all go to Barbados. Rooney can't get a football game at the moment, so he's got a place in Barbados. He'll be there very soon.
I think our Keith Maynard's got one now.
Keith's probably got one.
I'm sure he has.
The amount of cruises you've been on, you've probably got a little place tucked away there as well. But again, you dock in Bridgetown, so again, you can make your way off into Bridgetown itself and have a walk around. Famous place there that you'll see all the crew is a place called the Boatyard, which is where...
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Great beach there, and again, they have the bar there as well. But again, you can go to Harrison's Cave, plenty of stuff to do there and sort of Lawrence Gap is also a place to go and see. Then you go into Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe is one of the newer destinations. This is a French... Guadeloupe and Martinique and some of the French islands, and again, they've got beautiful beaches on there, but you will notice the difference between Antigua, St Lucia, Barbados and Guadeloupe. So they are slightly different, but very, very French based. And again, you can have a trip out to some of the rainforest area there as well, or some of the old buildings that they have in the centre of town.
And again, just to remind you, you know, excursions, a variety of excursions are included.
Are included on that. So again,
brilliant.
when you book the cruise, you can see what tours are included. St Kitts is again a very, very busy destination. The one thing I think you need to do here, and it's famous for, is the St Kitts Railway. Beautiful part of the beautiful trip to do. Everyone goes on the St Kitts Railway if they've never been there before. The other thing you can do is go over to Nevis, which is the next island, and you can take the catamaran having a day over there on a deserted beach, which is lovely. But St Kitts Railway is the one that most people tend to do. St Martin, you'll normally have 3 or 4 different cruise ships in. It's one of the busiest destinations in the Caribbean. This is great for your shopping. Divided into 2 between the French and the Dutch side.
And it's weird because I know the island's really quite small, but the French and Dutch side are so different.
So
aren't
different,
they?
exactly. Now the other thing you can do, and what we used to do, it's up to you, is we used to take the quad bikes out, and we used to go over to Aeroplane Beach.
I've done that.
Now,
yeah.
Aeroplane Beach, you might have seen on YouTube, or is where the planes almost land on top of your head, and when they turn round, as they take off, you will hold onto the fence as they are about to take off. So that's really, really.
It is the weirdest experience, but it's fun, isn't it?
It's fun. And then from there you go on to St Thomas, another stunning Caribbean island. And again, as I said, I like my catamaran and my boat trips. They do great snorkeling, swimming and beaches here. So you are seeing such an overview of the Caribbean, and you are on an absolutely stunning ship.
I took my mum to St Thomas on a cruise for her 70th birthday. It was one of the best days we've ever had. Right. It really was. And then, of course, your flight back to the UK from San Juan, isn't it?
Exactly.
I think that is amazing. And seriously, I've got that. You might even see myself and Hayley, one of our presenters, and a few others on board that one. We are seriously looking at it, because also the dates for next year, October 2017 through to March 2018.
Exactly.
So lots of time to plan for that one, and to save actually as well.
And again, it's just deposit only at the moment.
Yeah.
So, you know, people, if they want to pay a little bit off the cruise before they go, they can do that, and we just take final balance a few months before.
Well, first of all, you've got £500 off the brochure price tonight to celebrate our 500th show with Planet Cruise. Now, you are going to get, so everything's included on this one. You get the free Silver Select drinks package, which was really good. We looked at that earlier. Free airport parking. Choice of excursions and gratuities as well, and return flights based from London as there with all your transfers. I think it's brilliant, really do. Price wise, we actually I haven't got too long to think about this because we've already got some sellouts. You can see, haven't we?
You'll be calling me tomorrow with your credit card.
Well, I know if it's a deposit only, I might well be. But we've got dates there. I think if I'm going to go, it will be the January or the February 2018.
Nice time of year to go to the Caribbean, isn't it?
And the prices for verandas, but we've got deluxe verandas, penthouses, and the junior suites as well. Oh, and just something else I wanted to mention before we run out of time. There's a chance to experience Oceania, isn't there?
It is. For those of you who want to experience Oceania, they're doing a afternoon tea. It's down at Woodlands Park Hotel, which is just outside London, on there for you. And again, if you're interested in doing this, please don't call into the sales team tonight. They're going to be very, very busy with the cruises. Please register at www.planetcruise.co.uk/cruise-events. So please don't call the team tonight. They're going to be busy, but go online and register. And as I said, they'll get in contact with you and give you more information about that.
Now, what I'd love to do is just to recap the 6 offers that we've had tonight. And we've had a great show, actually. 3 cruises under £500 and then 3 cruises with £500 savings. So we started off with MSC, and this is a 7-night Belgium, Germany and France cruise from Southampton. $399 is the price on this one, and it is an exclusive offer for our show. Limited availability, so do book now if you can to avoid disappointment. Then we've got our Diamond Princess cruise, 28-night Tokyo to Sydney and the Opera House with stays. Great price reduction on this one, £500 the previous selling price. You get the 2-night stay in 4-star hotels in Tokyo, Sydney, and return flights from London as well. We have got regional flights available for that one as well.
We have as well, yeah. Just call into the team and they'll have a look at them for you.
And then we had a great, I called it a cheeky cruise with P&R. I think it's brilliant, this one, because it's a 7-night Spain and Portugal cruise from Southampton. Price is starting at just $489. Again, it's an exclusive offer. And a free giveaway. If you're quick on this one, the first 5 bookings will win a pair of P&O binoculars. And we've got a great single special starting that at just $789. And then It's such a good show, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
Well, it's our 500th show, so
Got to make it good, hasn't
it? Yeah, it's got to be good. Now, this one was the 21-night New Zealand discovery from Sydney with stays. You get free classic drinks package when booking Ocean View and above. A free upgrade from Ocean View to balcony if you go for the 7th of November. Return flights based on London Air with all your transfers. And don't forget, you get 2-night stays in 4-star hotels in Auckland and Sydney with the tours there, of course, as well. And then Costa Cruises, again, lovely price, under £500 in its exclusive offer. Got a single special on this one from only $699 as well. Flights based on London Gatwick, and we have got regional departures available as well. Deposit only on selected departure dates. And then we just saw this amazing 10-night luxury, all-inclusive Caribbean cruise from San Juan. As Glenn rightly said, you will find cheaper cruises around the Caribbean, but you won't find this quality.
No.
You will not find all the extras, things like the Silver Select drinks package, the free airport parking, the excursions, the gratuities, but it's the standard that Viking set, isn't it?
Exactly. It's just taking it to the next level. As I said, it is the quality of Viking at the moment.
Well, Glenn's quite relieved he's not in the call centre tonight.
I've just had a text. I've got my phone here from Rob in the office, who normally calls in, and he says the phones are going crazy. He said, all deals at the moment are going crazy, but just get them in as quick as you can.
Well, I just want to actually say, while we've got time, thank you so much to all the viewers that have been with us for the 500 shows, and many of you that have joined us on our journey. It has been fantastic, and I've got to say, we're looking forward to our
1,000th.
We are, aren't we? Yeah. But
whether we're still here or not is another thing. But
well, I hope we are, because I've been very lucky. I actually presented the very first show all those years ago. I mean, if you missed the beginning, we're going to just show you again all the different presenters and guests that have been with us over the 500 shows. There's a little bit of my mum on one of these as well. I look a bit porky and weird on the first clip. I look really, my hair's terrible. Have a look. Well, can I just say a very, very good evening to you. I'm so excited. The amazing cruise holiday show with Planet Cruise.
Have been joined by Keith. Nice to meet you, Keith.
He was the entertainment director. He's a funny man.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Stop laughing. Justin is with me. I've had a stressful day.
Something special coming up. Oh.
To start planning a holiday of a lifetime.
And Ruth, love to see you back on the sofa.
Thank you, it's lovely to be back.
This handsome young man, Luke, is going to be telling us all about Carnival. We have got Paul Sharp with us right now from Avalon Waterways.
So we would spend the evening together. I shouldn't say that. We were in a nice venue in the evening.
We've got Jessica with us again. Jessica, lovely to see you.
Mark Swords.
Hello.
It's nice to see you, Mark.
Nice to meet you. This is what Christmas is like in the Caribbean.
This is Chris. He's one of the many, many gentlemen that you'll speak to. Nice to see you again,
Nice to see you again.
Obviously, you work full-time for Planet.
Yeah.
And you spent years in the cruise industry, didn't you?
I did 10 years in the end.
You know, I felt quite emotional watching that. Glenn said it looks like we're getting married. You've just got married. Come on, then. Oh, it's a real cake this time.
It is a real one, not a fake one. There you go.
Great. Listen, Glenn, thank you so much.
Listen, mate, it's been a pleasure. Always
It's been
a pleasure.
great. Thank you to everybody. We appreciate it so much. And many more shows are yet to come here with Planet.